Emergency call.
Northampton Police emergency, go ahead.
Somebody's just shot out our window.
With the country in turmoil, it's the emergency services
Cars wear the lights.
who see firsthand what Britain is really like.
The police can't make your husband talk to you. It's not against the law for him not to talk to you.
And how it's changing.
What number do you call that always pick up? It's 999.
Put some clothes on and answer the door.
But at a time when more and more of us are coming face to face with the problems of an increasingly divided nation,
My 16-year-old son has been robbed at knife point.
one service, more than any other, is feeling the strain.
Being arrested on suspicion of assault.
Everything pushes down to the police. As a chief constable, that's what keeps me awake at night. If that thin blue line breaks, there is nothing else.
We've got an ambulance female. She's on the floor. She's 105. Contacted ambulance. Hasn't got any ETA.
A lot of what we do isn't police work, but it now has become it because of the way society is.
As call numbers continue to rise
At the moment, we are looking to see if we've got any resources.
and funding fails to keep pace,
Fucking ginger bastard.
it's still the police we turn to in our hour of need.
Just wish I could do something to help them live a normal, safe, peaceful, happy life.
I wish I could work myself.
But sometimes you can't, and that's what the police is there for.
In Northamptonshire and right across the country,
They put knives on them. They're trying to smash my windows.
there has been an unprecedented increase in the number of crimes involving knives.
I ain't even done anything.
Petty bastard.
You can't have public safety on the cheap.
While politicians argue over the causes of this epidemic,
More money is being put into the police.
the types of people found carrying knives becomes ever more surprising.
Put the knife down.
And frontline officers are facing growing threats to their safety.
I thought, I'm going to die here if I don't have something to end this.
A 17-year-old girl stabbed to death in East London. How sad. 17, she's got a whole life in front of her.
Police emergency.
Hello, my 16-year-old son has just come home. Son has been robbed at a knife point.
Okay, bear with me just 1 second.
I get shocked with the amount of people that carry machetes, knives.
Do you want to speak to this lady? Hello?
Hello. Where were you when it happened?
I've had these calls where someone was stabbed to death while I was on the phone.
Do you see what type of knife it was?
It was big, that's what I see.
It's kind of like one of them things where you think, was that really real?
Where did they put the knife the first time?
Above my belly button.
These things happen on our doorstep, and it's scary.
Each week you're taking at least one or two, if not more, incidents about knife crime. Worries me, makes me not want to have kids.
Over the last 5 years, Northamptonshire police have seen incidents involving knives rise by almost 50%.
I've got a silly old man from next door with a pool ball and a knife trying to kidnap my son.
When I came into the control room 20 years ago, there was no knife crime. Knife crime was never mentioned.
What sort of knife is it?
It's a kitchen knife.
I think it's just becoming a way of the world. I don't think it is just gangs. I think it is individuals carry knives. My kids have said that, they've known of pupils in their schools that have carried knives. It just seems that people think it's the norm to have a knife.
He doesn't think he's got a crowbar now and a knife.
Right, you stay away from the window, all right?
It's 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon.
Remind me to wipe this windscreen as well. It's filthy.
PC's Ian Rudkin and Brett McKenna are on patrol in the outskirts of Corby.
Oh, we are, oh, we are, oh, we are.
They have a combined 18 years working on the force.
When I first joined, knife crime was very, very rare.
It's sort of exploded. Now we're seeing it almost 2 to 3 times a shift. It's not unusual for you to now get a domestic call or a standard call. There's a knife involved.
Northampton Police, can I help?
I was in Audi about 45 minutes ago at the ATM machine, and somebody who turned around was carrying a knife, and he started to chase me up towards where the security guard was, up where one of the up the aisles, and somebody told me to report it because it will be on CCTV. And
Yeah, definitely.
Lifted up his jumper and you can see like what looked like the handle looked like a fake knife.
I'm going to put it on as a priority because of what's happened.
Let's go and see what he has to say.
Hello, is it Graham, is it? Graham, we're just here to have a quick chat with you about the incident report.
So what has he said to you?
He's going to stab me. He's turned to me, he started saying like a load of abuse to me, and then lifted up his jumper, and there was like what looked like the top of a steak knife.
So how far is he from you at the point that he showed you the blade?
About a foot and a half.
And what colour was the handle?
It was like a black, you know, like you get a matching steak knife and fork, and they're like black, but with little 3 silver dots down them.
Okay.
It was like that, but I could see the handle, but no blade.
Okay.
I was going to meet my mum from work, and then go home and make dinner, and then that's it, really, just a normal day. I can't believe that somebody pulling a knife out on me.
Was he at the cash machine already, or you've got your he was there?
Yeah, he was like, I had to wait behind him. Just got to go, literally go and get a 5 bar.
The only saving grace on this one is that nobody was hurt. It was a threat with the knife, but anybody that carries a knife, you carry a knife for a reason. You're not going out to, you know, chop up veg, are you? You stood at the cash machine, you stood a couple of steps back from the male that's already using it. What's happened then from that point?
And then I backed off as soon as he showed me the knife.
Do you feel like people are aware of the physical dangers of knives?
You would hope people are aware of the physical dangers, wouldn't you? That it is a knife, it's sharp and it's pointy, and if it hits you, it's probably going to go through you.
I'd never met before, but I've had conflict on Facebook.
What issues have you had with him then?
One of my friends said to me, look, can you inbox so-and-so and say, have you got my money? So I inboxed him, and he's just instantly turned and was like, he owes me the money, gonna kick your head in to me. And I was like, whoa, hang on a minute. Like,
Is this all over Facebook, is it?
Yeah. There's been loads of stuff on Facebook about him threatening other people, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, stab you, stab your mum. Wish I hadn't got involved in the first place, because there's no need for it at all, because my friend had said to me, oh, can you inbox this person for me, please? Yeah, no problem. And then somebody's pulled a knife out on me because I've inboxed the person on Facebook.
What does he look like if you had to describe him to me?
Quite chubby, about your height, about 5'7", 5'8".
I'm not 5'7", 5'8". Everyone says this. I'm at least 5'11". No, 5'7".
Would you think about carrying a knife?
Not after having a knife incident, I wouldn't carry a knife. It'd be like, if you'd got shot, would you carry a gun? If somebody had shot you, would you carry a gun afterwards? Knowing what it feels like to get shot, or knowing what it feels like to have a gun pointed in your head or whatever. It's not nice, so I wouldn't want to go, oh yeah, I've got a knife on me. It's not right.
PCs Rudkin and McKenna are detailed to arrest the suspect.
Have you got him on?
That's what I mean. I'm about to do that check because I think, you know, he's carrying a blade, as they say.
Oh, I reckon Taser might be authorised.
Okay, so the guy's got numerous warning markers, violent bombing, mental disorder, ailment, weapons from 2017, where he's got 2 baseball bats and 2 baseballs, one of which is inside a sock. These are all just kept inside the front door. There's a samurai sword kept in the living room in a metal pole. Oh, fuck.
But with multiple markers against him on the police national computer, the officers must wait for backup.
I'm really impatient now. We should have just gone and locked him up.
No, we shouldn't have been, because this is how people get stabbed.
But you'd have got stabbed, not me.
Exactly.
And then I could have taken your taser off you and shot it and saved your life. Or I'd just left you.
It's 2 hours before backup is available.
We're 10-6 just for your info.
No lift.
A lift?
Please, could we come and have a quick chat with you, mate?
Yeah.
from following reports today from a member of public, I'm going to be placing you under arrest for Section 4, public order offence and possession of a bladed article, OK? So you do not have to say anything about me to anyone. Don't mention when questioned something shall outline court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. I believe you may be in possession of a knife, so you've got to go in handcuffs to have searched you, and I'm satisfied that you've not got anything on you that could harm me or my colleagues. Do you understand that, OK?
Yeah, but nobody's been stabbed.
OK, I didn't say it's any of you been stabbed. I said on suspicion of possession of a bladed article. Section 4 public.
I'll just so you're aware, we're going to search the address for a knife matching the description of one used earlier. Okay? Do you understand that?
This is a fucking joke, man. I ain't even done anything.
I knew that I was looking for a knife with 3 dots in the handle. Oh, there's one there. Fucking loads. Absolutely loads of knives. And I've had a whole cutlery drawer full of pissing knives if I'd have carried on. So discarded the zombie knives or the hunting knives or the ornamental knives because that's not what I was looking for. They were quite a distinctive knife. It was a black handle with the 3 silver dots on them. Unless there's any different ones to the 3 blades that are there, that's 3 of each, isn't it? That's 1 of each then.
Yeah.
All matching the same handle, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that.
Who's 666? See, I'm a Satanist. That's my religion.
Everyone's entitled to their views and beliefs, aren't they?
What is
The
wrong
reason
with
being,
you, man?
listen, the reason being that I think it's safe for us to just go straight to custody.
I don't
and we're
want to
dealt
be
with
wearing
it.
these fucking flip-flops. This is a fucking joke. And I've got a fucking flip-flop with no fucking grips. And I've got to spend my evening here.
I feel like to illuminate me relies on me. How many Illuminatis does it take to illuminate Illuminati?
I think he thinks that he is from the ghetto, talking to you as if he's some sort of gangster.
It's my life or yours, nobody's gonna play God with my life.
Is this image of the gangster life because of the music that he's listened to, the rap that he's listened to, and the games that he's played?
Like I'm getting arrested, you having fun arresting me and I'm meant to be a fucking animal. They want to put me in a cage like Charles Bronson.
Their perception of the world is that they carry weapons or knives or feel that they need protection, and this is what they need to do.
Everybody knows who I am, but I don't know that they're posting on the internet like they know, man.
But to my knowledge, he has no gangster links within the community or the county or anywhere else in the country. And this is his belief that he's this big person involved in it when he's not. Hello, Sergeant. I'm sure the Sergeant is going to love your lyrical genius.
What's the circumstances?
Okay, so he has been identified being in Audi on Rockingham Road at around 2:45 this afternoon. There's an allegation that he has been threatening to stab another male within the store.
Do you have any illnesses or injuries?
I'm a crazy person, a mental patient.
You've been diagnosed with any mental health issue?
Yeah.
What have you been diagnosed with?
ADHD.
Anything else?
Asperger's.
It's worrying. This guy's extremely vulnerable to the wonders of knives, more for the notoriety or, just for the bravado of it. He comes into that almost that rogue element of society of, he's going to go out and do something silly one day, which when people look back on and review a case review, there's probably more we could have done to help him.
Do you know how many people hate you for having mental health?
He's hugely vulnerable. I think that is down to his mental health, but the police can only do so much. This is down to the NHS and this is down to the other services, the GPs, to help these people. It's not all about the police. I can only do so much, can't I? He carried a knife, he's made a threat. Somebody believed that they were in fear of being hurt.
You ever tried to harm yourself in the past?
No.
Sure?
No, I've never harmed myself. I just harm people that want to harm me, innit? Because it's self-defense, innit?
The last time I was in here for ages. I'll sort you out a blanket in a second.
Criminalise him, what is it going to do? Yeah, probably not a lot for him. If anything, I think that's probably going to support his ego and support his credibility of being a gangster because he's been into custody and he's carried a knife. But how else do you stop him?
How big is the knife?
Time, isn't it? Bloody knives.
Bad boys too.
That's what a lot of these bad boys think they are with knives, but they're
Bad
not.
boys.
They're just men.
Children.
Police emergency, go ahead.
A lad just went through the public house and said to shut the doors and lock the doors. There's loads of lads that have just turned on him in the street.
Right, have they attacked him or?
I think so. Something to do with a gang-related crime.
It's gang-related.
Calls received by the staff in the Northamptonshire Police 999 emergency control room suggest rising gang-related violence is no longer limited to London and major cities.
Something to do with the Blackthorn lot.
It's the Blackthorn gang.
When it comes to like the organised crime gangs, they're not messing about. You know, they don't just carry these knives. They're willing to use them, and their intention is retaliation. Their intention is a threat. Their intention is to kill someone.
We've got officers heading to the pub, so just keep the pub all locked up, and we're coming on an emergency. We're going to be there soon. All right.
Police emergency.
It's just before 10 o'clock on Saturday night.
It's emergency, yeah. Yeah, they've got knives on them.
A worrying call is coming into the control room.
They're trying to smash my windows.
Okay, let me just... who is it that's got knives on them?
Oh, I don't know who they are. They're trying to smash my house. It's the same as you.
What sort of knives have they got?
Machete. It's blocked a machete.
Okay, now, we need to know what officers to send. If it's a machete, that's really serious. Are they still there?
I don't know. I'm not looking outside. Is there someone on their way?
It's been dealt with as an emergency.
I've got a little boy here. Can you send someone?
Sergeant Martin Waller and PC Holly Morgan are one of 4 units quickly on the scene.
All we know is a group of lads in valleys with a machete.
They've been in this alleyway here. It's tracked up to the car park and then disappeared, so I imagine.
Yeah.
They've got in the car and gone. We'll be around for a little while anyway in case anything happens about it.
We've got a number of different gangs that are running through Northamptonshire at the moment. They'll come over from different towns into Northampton and they'll find the first person that they can from that gang and assault them, stab them, kill them, whatever they're going to do. I think the offenders are long gone by the sounds of things. Your principal members of the gang will say to these young kids, to prove you're worthy, you need to go out and stab someone from this gang. And that's where, you get this sort of cycle of madness beginning, and you've got young kids being dragged into this. And like I said, it's almost like being groomed. Ultimately, we don't know who these people are, so they can kind of sort of work with impunity, really. We are trying to build that picture so we can identify these people, because ultimately, if we can identify them, we can disrupt them, hopefully get them locked up in prison.
Despite flooding the area, officers find no sign of the suspected gang members carrying knives.
You get new people sort of springing up, or sort of people out of county, wanting to start selling drugs on their area. So you just get this sort of escalation of violence between gangs.
Care who they hurt, or don't care about us either, really.
Oh no, care less about the police. It's extremely frustrating from my point of view. Not just as a police officer. We live in these estates. We don't live in a bubble. When we finish work, we go home to these same estates and we experience the same problems that you do.
Enemy Corby! 285 people have been stabbed to death last year, the highest level ever.
Serious violence is on the rise. Communities are being torn apart and families are losing their children.
Much of the blame for the knife crime epidemic has been attributed to escalating gang violence.
Responsibility for these terrible crimes does lie with the perpetrators, and we will always stand with the victims to ensure that criminals are brought to justice.
But calls to Northamptonshire Police suggest it's now more than just a gang issue.
Police emergency.
I've got enough.
It's 9 p.m. Thursday.
You've got what, sorry?
Enough.
You've got a knife?
Yeah.
Okay, well, where are you? I need...
I'm just getting the people.
Okay, well, where are you?
Disco.
Tesco?
Yeah. I want to kill.
Do you want help?
So I've got a report of a male at Tesco's, but we don't have any description at all. 1418, do we know what type of knife it is? This person's called up saying they want to kill people. Do they mean us? Do they mean themselves? Do they mean members of the public? It's just, you're dealing with the unknown.
PC's Karen McLeavy and Ebony Farrow are immediately dispatched to the scene.
If I do have to draw a taser, I could just ask you stand behind me. And not at any point in front of where I'm pointing it if I do draw it.
No problem.
PC Farrow completed her taser training less than a month ago and has yet to fire it outside of a classroom.
Carrying taser is a huge responsibility. I always think back to my training and they say rule number 1 is don't be shit. Rule number 2, don't lick the taser. I think in my head I was expecting to see a 6-foot bloke that was 20 stone bodybuilder with a machete. That is what I thought.
Hey chap. Is it you that's called us? Alright, put it down for us. Put the knife down, put it down. You need to listen to me, okay? Please put the knife down. Put the knife down. Good man. Go on, go forward. We're here to help you.
Is that the only knife you've got on you?
Have you got anything else on you? What have you got? Okay. Just so you're aware, I'm a police officer with a taser, okay? So just keep your hands where I can see them. I need to make sure you've got nothing else on you that's going to harm me or my colleague, okay?
We've got the knife down off him, but it's just he won't tell us if he's got anything else.
What's that you've got?
He's spraying stuff.
Right, what's that you've got there?
I've got a fucking weapon.
I haven't got anything. You can see my hands.
He's put it down. Someone is not going to pull out a knife and then have a harmless fluid as a backup plan. So you think whatever is in that bottle, he believes, is the next step up from a knife. Can you please put that down now? No. In my time with the police so far, I've had to use fairly little amounts of force. And I like to think some of that's because I've been able to talk to people and de-escalate it a bit before it's got to that point. And also the other end, not just about use of force, but talking to people who are upset, talking to people who just need that bit of reassurance.
I don't want to taser you. What's the matter?
Why?
Because there was a report that you had a knife on you. That's why you've dropped the knife, which is good. So now I want to talk to you. Can you put your hands out in front, please? You need to calm down. Can you put your arms out? Good man, that's it, that's it. Right, I think... What's happened today? What's happened today?
Fucking dead! Dead! Fuck!
Kept saying arrest me.
I don't want to taser you.
It felt clearer to me that this was some kind of cry for help. We can't help you at all until you talk to us, can we?
Okay, he's trying to help you, like you asked, isn't he?
For someone to want to go into prison, your situation has got to be fairly dire for you to think that that's the best option.
We're dead!
There could be all manner of reasons, but ultimately it's going to be a...
Stop it!
I would assume a social element, and that's sad.
Just chill for me.
What we need to do, we've got to get you just searched quickly before we can get in.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to you, but you need to just comply with what we're doing.
Call and go. I will get in
Listen, based on the fact that you've just produced a knife over there and cleaning fluids and that you've just been trying to fight a bit with officers there, I don't think that's going to happen, is it?
Sit down. Sit down. Don't you try and bite me.
Does the Prime Minister now regret the cuts in police numbers, and will she undertake that on this review they will be restored to the level they were formerly at?
We are putting more resources into the police. This year, well, it is a fact that more money is being put into the police this year, that more money is being put into the police next year.
Politicians out there are claiming there's no link between knife crime and cutting police numbers. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's so hard to answer your questions without laughing sometimes. Sorry.
It's Saturday afternoon in the town of Corby.
Police emergency.
We've got 2 black males in the middle of the street in Corby with knives. No, there's a white man chasing. There's a white man chasing 2 black men with knives. Dad! My kids are in this house. My kids! Dad! I swear to you, do you know what you do out then?
Okay, what, no, time to stay where he is.
He's gone. Too late, he thinks he's a hero.
All available police units, along with paramedics, are immediately dispatched to the incident.
969, we're literally less than a minute away now. Is he still there?
Heart's going. Heart's going because you don't know. Why is this male running around with 2 kitchen knives in a nice residential area? The public can run away from them situations. If they see a man with a knife, they can run the other way. We can't. That's our job, to get there and deal with it. I can't come across a man holding 2 kitchen knives and decide, you know what, not today. I'm going home. I can't do that.
Is he all right? It's only the one person.
Just trying to explain, I think the offenders may be in their dress.
I've got 2 police officers dealing with a victim covered in blood, and there's loads of blood outside.
286, is ambulance en route, please?
As an investigator and as a cop, you try and piece it together, and on that day, I hadn't got a bloody clue what was going on, to be honest.
What did you see then?
Suddenly, these 2 black guys started to run away down the street.
Yep.
And we saw the white guys chasing them with 2 knives in the hands.
Okay.
And suddenly...
What one white guy have 2 knives? Yeah. Or both guys have 2 knives?
We saw only one guy. We just straight away closed the door, hide the side.
If they're willing to do that to this person, they're almost certainly going to be willing to do that to either myself or a colleague.
There's quite a lot of blood on the wall and coming from the address.
What am I going to walk into? Your heart is racing because you've no idea if that door opens, is somebody going to be stood there with a knife or with a machete, and you know, is it me that's going to be next?
Fucking here! Turn around! Oh, I'm here! Put your hand in the small of your back, now.
No, at the bottom of your back. Keep your hands there.
Handcuff me for what reason?
Okay, the minute.
For what reason?
Well, the minute you're under arrest and suspicion according to GBH. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely in court. Anything you do say now you're giving evidence. Do you understand that?
Yeah, of course I understand.
Good.
So why do you mean GBH? I've been sat in my house doing nothing. Come down to your house to surrender to yourselves.
Okay, but you're covered in... Okay.
Because they've been attacking me, that's why I've been covered in blood.
Okay, but, and that's what we'll get to the bottom of, won't we? But in a minute, you've been identified.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Just come out here for me.
Yeah, no problem.
That's what I'm going to do. Will you just chuck him in a car?
Your initial reaction is, fuck.
What's your name, buddy? Ryan.
His eyes were huge. He's clearly under the influence of something.
Now I'm a fucking face, you little fucking muppet.
At the minute, we need to establish everything.
Because I've been under attack.
Well, this is what we get the drop.
Because I've been under attack, that's why I'm getting attacked.
No, have a seat, mate.
Is this a random attack? Is this related to drugs? Is this a feud between certain people, or is this gang related?
Police officers, anyone in the house?
There's blood over the floor, there's blood outstairs, and there's blood all over the bed.
Ryan, is there anyone else with injuries?
No! Listen, I've been injured myself. Like, don't take me
Okay.
seriously.
No, we'll get you checked out.
Fuck you,
Where
bro.
are you injured?
All over, I'm in cuffs, man.
No,
Can't move.
But okay,
Yeah,
but whereabouts?
fuck you, bro.
Whereabouts are you injured?
Fuck you!
Do we know where it's happened? Has it?
I think well. No, I can't be certain. What I can say is that the blood spatter is consistent with it happening there and spraying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they've all been on MDMA while they're here, and I'm guessing compliantly, but it's a mixed multi-occurrence house, isn't it?
Funny, innit? Funny, innit?
What's funny? I don't think anything like this is funny, mate.
Why the fuck are you standing at the door, you little muppet? Close my door then. Shut the fuck up, you little faggot. No. You little fat cunt. You dirty fucking ginger bastard. Take your face first. Take your fucking face off me.
Right. Yeah, you're further under arrest for assaulting a police constable.
What about it? What? Yeah.
Right, come on, Ryan. No problem.
Whoa.
Right.
I'm here, I'm not resisting.
No, you're just spitting at us instead, aren't
Yeah,
you?
well, that was in
Yeah.
something before.
Yeah, he spat at us twice, so he's in. That could be a stab wound, you know, mate. I think that probably needs checked out.
That injury on your backside is one we want to be careful about.
What backside?
Your backside.
What's the injury?
I don't know exactly, but it looks like you might have some sort of laceration.
To what? To what? Laceration to what, though?
Which is your leg or your backside? We're not sure yet.
It's a minor, though. It's a minor.
If it's gone right in up his ass, you won't necessarily get. You might get internal bleeding.
Okay.
But he's also shit himself.
Let me go now, then. Yeah. Rah! Come on, then. Let's go. Come on, then. Let's go.
Fella, listen. Alright, I'm not here to hurt you.
I know you ain't, but I want to just let go.
Fella.
I want to just let go.
Right, listen.
I want to just let go.
Listen.
Let me go, then. Let me go, then.
Listen, I need
Now
to have a look.
Let me go, now leave, then. Let me go, now leave, then, yeah?
Who stabbed him? Because there's an offender, isn't there? He's not going to have stabbed himself in the arse. So where's the offender for that crime?
In the trousers, there was a slit, like, consistent with a knife.
Was there?
Yeah.
You're making me bleed.
Just relax a minute, man.
Ryan, just relax, mate. We're trying to help you, Ryan.
You're making me bleed.
Every day is a learning day in this job, and we have to adapt. So we're learning about terms like bagging, what it is, and the dangers of bagging. Somebody will be stabbed up the backside, so they have to wear a colostomy bag for the rest of their life. It tends to be drug related between gangs and drug dealers. They do that simply because of the injury and the humiliation that person's going to have to live with for the rest of their life carrying a bag around.
The suspect and the initial victim are taken to A&E to assess their injuries.
Hello, Orbis. My name's PC Rudkin. I'm calling from Northamptonshire Police. How are you? Living the dream. I'm hoping you can help. We've got a police car that's covered in blood and spit, potentially feces and spit. You all right? Just give out. She needs to know all of it, does she? And just hoping you can send somebody out to come and make it nice and clean.
We are seeing a massive difference in the sort of crime we deal with, because we're obviously getting an increase in violent crime, knife crime, and we're having to adapt our training, our resources, our equipment to be able to deal with these crimes. So it is a different job now because the world is a different place. It is a worry in the back of your mind that I could get seriously injured in this job. Police officers are seriously injured, even in this county. Officers have died from being stabbed. Even with our vests, they're there to help us out, but they don't stop a knife going through all the time.
The chap's been stabbed in the hand here, and then he's been chased, so the blood drip is consistent with him running away, I think.
I will take as many tools as the police force are willing to give me, whether that be taser or anything like that. I will do that training course, give me that option to have something that's going to protect me, protect the public, and maybe later down the line protect my family as well.
Police emergency, go ahead.
My son has been assaulted by three boys here, and he's coming up with knives.
Who's coming up with a knife?
I need to know I've got an option that will physically stop them in their tracks from doing something with that knife, and a taser does not do that, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Right, there's a guy with a knife now.
Yeah, he is.
I'd happily carry a gun, and I think that's quite bad, because I didn't think I first thought that when I joined the police.
Who is this man?
One of the boys assaulted one of my sons. When I came to get back my son, the guy was wielding the knife.
I've seen colleagues seriously injured in this force with knife incidents. I myself have been very badly injured in the line of duty. I don't think a gun would have helped then, but I have dealt with people with knives where I thought, I'm going to die here if I don't have something to end this. And it was only by sheer luck I wasn't seriously injured or killed.
Am I putting my kids' future at risk that I could come to work and get seriously injured or even killed one day?
It's 3:15 p.m.
I haven't done what I thought it was going to do.
I thought it was about to drive off.
Yeah.
PC's Joe Addis-Phillips and Mark Williamson have pulled over a vehicle being driven erratically.
Perfect. We'll just have a quick chat with him just to make sure it is. Yeah, no, that's all right. He's straight out, like, that's always a sign of guilt, isn't it?
What it's flagged up is, you can see your insured and named, but it's got no permitted drivers on it. Yeah, which is a bit weird.
Right, guys, who's got the cannabis? You can smell cannabis. You've got foil in the front there. So at this time, you're all detained under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act for a search. We'll call you all out the car one at a time, and we'll search you all, OK?
Go on then, touch my balls. Don't know you
Come on.
for it.
Oh well. Young man, at this time, you're under arrest, possession of offensive weapon. You have to say anything that may harm your defence and fail to mention.
It's for my
question, something like
my house is getting decorated.
give
My
an
house
evidence.
is getting
Okay?
decorated.
Of the 534 knife-related incidents Northamptonshire police attended in the past year,
How old are you as well?
17.
Okay. You're going to have to sort it out with your parents, all right, because you're under 18.
nearly a quarter of those arrested involved a bladed article in the hands of someone under the age of 18.
I don't think we're doing enough for knife crime. I don't think we're doing any type of targeting of named offenders, particularly younger males who lack opportunities at home and lack education. They're at risk of being adopted into gangs when they will be equipping themselves with knives.
What are you doing? What are you doing? It's a fucking Stanley blade, mate.
We should be out stopping and searching people on those streets, be actively targeting people and going out there and saying, what are you doing? You cause problems in this community, I'm going to cause you a problem by coming up and seeing you and searching you, seeing what you've got on you.
You fuck yourself, innit? Get off my hands, innit? Don't give a fuck, innit?
Sit in my car for me.
When I first joined the police, that's what we did with people.
Sit in the car.
It worked.
What am I going to use the Stanley blade for? What am I going to use the Stanley blade for?
If you've had support in education, put some diversion programs in, particularly for younger males, it would make a massive impact.
Get off my fucking hand and I'll get in your fucking... You're making a scene for nothing,
exactly, you're making a scene.
Because you've got a little grudge against me, you fucking
in the
little
car.
bastard.
Never met you before, why would I have a grudge against you?
Education gives you such a stable background. If we don't get it right at the basic building blocks, you know, what's the point? It will just all go to hell.
Good evening, you're through to the Force Control Room. How can I triage your call?
Hi there. I'm concerned about my son. He's 15 years old. He's left the house after a row with his dad about, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 o'clock. I have reason to believe that he's with people who are taking drugs, older people.
Okay. And is his behaviour out of recent character for him?
There's lots of things that have happened recently that are out of character for him. He recently purchased a small pocket knife.
Okay.
Online, which was delivered to the house that my husband actually intercepted.
Okay. Does he regularly carry weapons?
No.
Do you believe him to be associated with any gangs?
I don't believe that he is.
Okay.
But there's lots of things that have come up that are happening that I didn't know either.
What was the argument with his dad about?
The knife that he purchased.
Okay. That'll be reviewed immediately. That's what I'm sending that to be done now.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Children are hugely vulnerable to knives and knife crime, or believing that it's the right thing to do. It's really disappointing that there are schools within Northamptonshire where the children are taking knives in because they feel that threatened, or they think that it's cool to carry a knife. It's scary to think that my kids, or anybody else's kids that go to the schools, are in danger.
Later that night, the 15-year-old has returned home, and PC Sally O'Neill and Tom Clark are sent to speak with the family.
Hello, are you all right there? You got the dogs, have you? No worries.
All right.
There's been a lot of issues going on recently.
Okay, what sort of
with
things?
School, whether it's the people he's got involved with, I don't know.
What schools he go to?
He's just been permanently excluded.
He was always a little sweetie, really. He was always happy, quite well behaved. And then obviously the getting into trouble at school, started getting phone calls from the school, whereas we'd never had that really before. He'd spend an hour longer in his room, or he wouldn't be as cheerful when we were chatting. I just noticed something was off. I kind of felt that my son was slipping away from me. He had an argument with his dad, yeah. It was over an instance of he'd ordered a knife online. There's only two reasons you'd buy a knife, and that would be because you're scared or because you want to use it. So, you know, you kind of want to fit in.
I'd have never dreamed at the age of 15 that I needed to be walking around with a knife to protect myself, but things are really different now. Well, you worry about where it's going to go.
Our concern becomes, is this a start of ongoing behaviour? So we just need to try and get as much information as we can, and that's what the idea is, just to try and intervene before we it gets out of hand, really. Is he?
It's not a nice feeling to think that somebody you've brought up has done that. Then you start thinking, well, was it something we've done? And
You can come from any family and still end up in that trouble. You know, I could have quite easily done that. I went to not a very nice school. So, you know, and I'd like to think I come from quite a nice family, but I could have quite easily fallen into that.
Have you noticed anything else unusual about, like, I know you're saying, like, his behaviour's been, he's just having problems, but have you noticed anything, like, is he asking for more money? Is he, you know, anything like that?
no, he's not really. If they continue down that road, then one day they're going to go out and it might be the last time you say goodbye to them. And I don't want that for my children. I want my children to come home every day.
All right, I'll pop over and chat with him then.
Yeah. Tom, can we just... Did you hear the thing about the knife?
Yeah. He hasn't got it.
No. Can we just get a little bit more as to why?
Yeah, get that up.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I can understand your concern. It's refreshing to meet people that actually are concerned.
She didn't make me feel like it was all my fault, and I think maybe that was quite important to me, because I didn't want people to blame me and my husband, that it was our fault that this is happening, because I don't think it is.
I've had a good chat with him, and I've just said to him, look, if you do get a knife and you carry it, A, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble, and B, you're more likely going to get stabbed with it yourself. I said, there's loads of people out there carrying, and and he's heard it now from us.
The police can't solve knife crime. There's things that we can do, and certainly that, you know, with the neighbourhood teams and PCSOs, but we don't have a lot of neighbourhood teams left. Our neighbourhood teams were completely decimated. We can do what we've done. We can go and tell him, this isn't the way that you want to go, and we can try and talk to him. But can we speak to, 10,000 kids and have that same conversation, that personal conversation with them? It's really difficult.
No, you've done the right thing. Thank you, mate.
We'll get it all recorded up. We'll leave you guys to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Set things up so that these kids have something to do, these kids have somewhere to go. There's your problem. They haven't got the youth clubs anymore, so they're roaming the streets. Did that cause the problem? Did that start the issue? At least if they were at youth club, they were off the streets, they were safe, they were busy, they were doing stuff. Now they're not.
Is this the way out? I'm sure it is.
It'll be one of the ways out. Job done.
Okay.
Romeo won, or whatever they say.
It's Romeo done.
Romeo done. I can't keep up with the now with the kids' noise.
You're stupid, mate.
I'm going to be placing you under arrest for possession of a bladed article, OK?
The man who threatened someone over a message on Facebook was found guilty of a public order offence for his behaviour to the victim.
No, I've never harmed myself. I just harm people that want to harm me.
And received a 12-week custodial sentence, suspended for 12 months.
Put the knife down. Put it down.
The man brandishing a knife at police officers pleaded guilty and was convicted of possession of a bladed article in a public place and assaulting officers. He received a 10-month custodial sentence, suspended for 12 months.
For me, I don't understand why I'm fucking on this.
The man covered in blood was given stitches for the wound in his backside.
woke up like basically in the hospital with cuffs on me. I don't know what's going on.
He was later found guilty of possession of a knife, causing grievous bodily harm, and assault of an officer.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's currently serving a 30-month prison sentence.
It's a fucking Stanley blade, mate.
No further action was taken against the young man found with a Stanley knife in his car, as he had justifiable reasons for carrying the knife. 2 other occupants of the car were cautioned for possession of cannabis.
He had an argument with his dad, yeah.
The 15-year-old who bought a knife online is now settled into a new school and has joined a youth mentoring scheme.
There's no shame in asking for somebody for help. If I hadn't have done that, we wouldn't have got a lot of things in place that we've now got.
Police are confident that thanks to his mum's help, he is now making more sensible choices.
We've got to sort it out. We're all a part of this. Everybody has to take responsibility to stop the problem.